Hello. It's been a little while since I made a video with some example connectors in there, so it's time I made a new one. And today I'm going to talk about a kind of connector called fillers or filling connectors. And these really don't add very much content to what you're saying, but they help to bridge gaps between things when you need, say, a bit of thinking space instead of going or when you think an answer to something is too abrupt. These are good just to make it sound like you're saying more and to give you some time to think about things and to create a slight feeling of intimacy as well. So they're quite magical in that they have very little actual content, but they seem to help conversationally. Now, there are loads of these on my website, antonylauder.com. As usual, you can find details of that in my profile. And so I'll just give a small example of a few here. So imagine that you're in a social gathering and somebody asks whether you're single or not. So they may say to you, "Jste svobodný?" Are you single? Or "Jste ženatý?" Are you married? Sorry, I must say, by the way, that these are the questions you would ask to a man. Just to simplify things, if it was asking a woman, they'd be asked, "Jste svobodná?" or "Jste vdaná?" But these are what people would ask me. So for simplicity, we'll keep it like that. But a simple answer is just yes or no. So if somebody says to you, "Are you married?" "Ah, no." "Are you single?" "Nah." It seems a bit abrupt, and it doesn't really have a conversational style to it. So you could, of course, just parrot it back, say the question back, "Jsem svobodný?" "Jsem ženatý?" So, or even if you ask the opposite question, "Jste svobodný?" "Are you single?" "Jsem ženatý?" "I'm married." But it's not very conversational, so fillers help you with that. Here's some examples, just to give you an idea. Ve skutečnosti. By the way, the English translations here aren't word for word. They're more idiomatic, the equivalent English phrase you would use to get the same sense as what these things mean. So ve skutečnosti means as a matter of fact. So somebody says, "Are you single?" or "Are you married?" So jste ženatý? Ve skutečnosti já jsem svobodný. As a matter of fact, I'm single. I'm not single, but you get the idea. I'm a married man, and happily so, may I say. Jak bych to řekl? How can I put it? So the person shows a bit of interest in you and asks if you're single or married. Well, this phrase might not be quite appropriate here, but if somebody says, "So, are you doing anything tonight?" and you say, Jak bych to řekl? Já musím říct, že jsem ženatý. So, how can I put it? How can I put it? I must say that I'm married. Vlastně, actually. So, vlastně, actually. So, jste svobodný? Vlastně nejsem, já jsem ženatý. So, actually I'm not, I'm married. So, obávám se, že. This is probably useful if you're going to give an answer that one of you is disappointed in. So you see a pretty woman in the pub or something and she asks if you're single and you say, obávám se, že ve skutečnosti já jsem ženatý. I'm afraid that, as a matter of fact, I am married. So, of course, I would never say that. I'm a happily married man. So, musím uznat, že. I must admit that. So, again, in this context, somebody shows a bit of interest, you flirted a bit with them, and then you say, musím uznat, že já jsem ženatý. Yeah? Or I should mention that, měl bych zmínit, že. Měl bych zmínit, že já jsem ženatý. I should mention that I am married. It's worth mentioning that. Stojí za zmínku. it stands to mention that. It's worth mentioning that. Stoi za zmínku, že stoi za zmínku, že já jsem ženatý. It's worth mentioning that I am married. Between you and me. Ah, yes. So giving a sense of some intimacy here, as though something's a bit of a secret. So, mezi nami řečeno, já jsem ženatý, nejsem svobodný. So between you and me, I'm married, I'm not single. Rád bych, abyste věděl, že. I would like you to know that. It's a little bit formal, this. Maybe in a more formal setting you would phrase it this way. Rád bych, abyste věděl, že já nejsem svobodný. Ve skutečnosti já jsem ženatý. Yeah, so just a few samples so you can get the idea, and more on my website. But most importantly, listen out to conversations that you hear in books that you read, magazine articles and so on, and notice when people are using fillers that don't actually add much content, but help to give the thing a more conversational style and give people breathing space while they're thinking. And then jot them down and try to put them into your own conversations, and very soon they'll become habitual and you'll get more and more and more of them. In the conversational, in terms of fillers, I had a look at a list that I keep myself, and I probably have well over 100 just fillers now. And it soon quickly grows, and soon you'll get your favourites that you seem to use over and over again. So that's it, and hopefully soon I'll make a video with another set of conversational connectors. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.